Hey beautiful souls, welcome back to the channel. I hope you can hear me okay. I'm staying at a friend's for the weekend, so I wanted to share the beautiful view. I hope you can see it, but I hope you can hear me okay because it's pretty windy. So today I want to talk about how gaslighting took my self-trust and how I've been rebuilding it with that self-love. So if you're here today, chances are you've been through something painful. Not the kind that leaves bruises, but the kind that makes you doubt and question yourself, and even not like yourself. Maybe it started subtly. A partner, a parent, a friend, or even a boss told you that what you saw, felt, or remembered wasn't real. And over time, your sense of reality got fuzzy. You stopped trusting your intuition. You stopped trusting your own voice. You stopped trusting yourself. And that's gaslighting. And it doesn't just make you doubt others, it really makes you doubt yourself. So in this video, I want to talk about what it feels like to lose trust in yourself after being gaslit over a long period of time, and how I've been slowly, gently, and fiercely rebuilding that trust through self-love. And of course, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Annemarie. I'm a neurotransformational life coach, a hypnotherapist, and a spiritual guide. I help people, in particular women, heal and reclaim their power, to find meaning and purpose in their life again, after toxic or narcissistic relationships, or just after having a tough time in life. So let's start with my experience of gaslighting first. I didn't know it was gaslighting for the longest of times. Forever blaming myself, believing I was the problem. Most of my life, and in particular, and most painful, was my 23-year relationship with a covert narcissist that ended last year. Where I was constantly told that I was too reactive, too sensitive, even too controlling, that never happened. He didn't say that. He didn't do that. He would lie or manipulate. Then when I called him on it, he would say that that's not what I meant, or you always twist my words, or you're so paranoid, or I was only joking. Can't you take a joke? Some of these might sound familiar to you. So many broken promises, so many broken commitments, yet always convincing himself he was loyal. Yes, loyal to those out there that he needed to impress. Even if he had already made a promise or commitment to me. He would even say, straight to my face, after just breaking another promise or commitment, how he made a commitment to someone else, and how he couldn't break that promise or commitment because he was such a loyal person, after just breaking it with me. Make that make sense? And of course, when I spoke out, I expected too much, and I'd be shut down. The scariest part, not the lies he told me, the manipulations, not even the years of gaslighting, but the way I stopped believing in myself. I stopped trusting myself. Because when gaslighting goes on for long enough, It chips away at your self-trust like water eroding stone. You start second-guessing your every move. You wonder if your memory is failing you. You ask others for their take on everything, just to feel safe making a decision. I couldn't make the slightest decision without second-guessing myself 100 times before going ahead. And then the anxiety would be tremendous, constantly wondering if I did the right thing. I'd say sorry for everything, even for taking up space in conversations. I'd say sorry for taking up space in the world. I stopped setting boundaries because I didn't feel like I had a right to them anymore. And then I realized I wasn't just hurt, I was completely disconnected from myself. That's when I knew that healing wasn't just about cutting someone toxic out of my life. It was about learning how to love and trust myself again. And here's the truth. You can't rebuild self-trust without self-love. Because trust is built through relationship, and you have to become someone you want to be in a relationship with. That means showing up for yourself, learning to love yourself, learning to like yourself, listening to yourself, being kind and patient with yourself, offering grace on the hard days. It's about reparenting yourself, re-choosing yourself, especially when you still feel broken. So let me walk you through what that looked like for me. Step number 1, I stopped gaslighting myself. For a long time, I continued the gaslighting, even after he was gone. That I'm being too dramatic. I should be over this by now. I'm probably making this worse than it is. Get over it. Right? All those terrible things you now say to yourself. One day I caught myself mid-thought and I said out loud, wait, stop. I'm not the one who lied, gaslit and manipulated to control someone I loved. I didn't dish out all that cruelty to not be accountable for my own behaviour. I truly loved him. I know that was more than enough. Maybe not for him, but that's his stuff, not mine. That's his burden to carry, not mine. What happened was real, and I believe me. This was a huge shift. It meant giving myself permission to feel exactly what I was feeling without minimizing, without dismissing, or without explaining it away. If I was sad, I let myself cry. If I was angry, I let myself rage out. If I was confused, I let that be okay too. Self-love begins with believing yourself, even if no one else does or did. Number 2, I built a loving routine. Some of the things I already did for years, and I just stopped doing them for myself. So self-trust grows in structure. I started making tiny, loving promises to myself and keeping them. I would wake up and meditate every morning at 4 o'clock in the morning, something fortunately I never stopped doing. But now I was promising myself to be more present. I would stretch every day and drink plenty of water. I would go for a walk because I stopped walking. I completely isolated myself, so I started walking again and started to appreciate my surroundings because I stopped noticing the beauty and the little things. And I started smiling at people and started talking with people again like I used to. Because for the longest of time I would just keep my head down. Didn't want to have anything to do with anyone else. I learned to be kind to myself and give myself the same time to heal as I would for someone else. I booked myself in for a regular massage again, which I stopped doing as well. And I learned to keep my boundaries. So when I said no, I meant it. And there was no further discussion if anyone tried to push those boundaries. I gave myself permission to just withdraw my energy without feeling guilt or beating myself up. These sound small, but each one was a vote of confidence for myself. Every time I followed through, I sent myself a message. You can count on me. And I love that I can now count on me, because I stopped counting on myself for so long. Others could still count on me, but I couldn't count on myself anymore. And that's when you stop liking yourself. So on the days I didn't follow through, I didn't beat myself up. I just tried again the next day, because self-love isn't about being perfect. It's about being gentle and showing up for yourself anyway. And I started getting good at showing up for myself. Number 3, I got curious instead of critical. When I feel triggered, panicked by a text tone, or uncertain about a boundary, or complex PTSD rising when an old memory resurfaced that I used to shame myself for. What's wrong with you now? You're being too sensitive again. Instead now I ask, what's this feeling trying to tell me? I started treating my body and my emotions like messengers instead of enemies. That shift was everything, because even fear has wisdom in it. Even doubt can be a doorway. And the beautiful thing about learning to love yourself means you're making space for every version of you, even the scared one, and drowning out all the noise from previous conversations with others, or with him in particular. And it allowed me to let go of him, to forgive him, and to let go of him, and to wish him well for my healing, Number 4, I started practicing being seen again. This one's hard. This one's really hard, because after being gaslit, you start to hide. You become smaller, quieter, almost invisible. Anything to avoid more conflict or rejection. So for me, healing meant slowly letting myself be seen again. And that started with, I had some therapy, then with a few safe friends. Then in small ways I started back online, and then started making new friends. That took a while because I didn't trust anything anyone would say, but started to make new friends, and that's so wonderful. Every time I told the truth out loud, because that's uncomfortable, I reclaimed a little more of myself. So if you're not there yet, that's okay. Please don't beat yourself up. Start by writing in a journal, or saying it in the mirror. Mirror work is so powerful. Painful, but powerful. Let yourself hear your voice. And the last one, number 4, step 4, was where am I now? Checking in on myself regularly to see how I'm going, and to check where I'm at and see how far I've come. So I've learned to focus on how far I've come instead of how much more I have to go. I'm not going to pretend that I have it all figured out, because I don't. And that's the beauty of healing, that's the beauty of life. I still have moments of doubt. I still have pain at times. I still flinch when someone questions my memory or tone. But now I come back to myself faster. I trust that my feelings matter. I trust that my memory is valid, and it is actually getting stronger again. I trust that I don't need to explain my boundaries to make them real. That no is a full sentence. And honestly, I trust that even when I get it wrong, I'll handle it. That's self-trust, that's self-love. And it's a lifelong relationship I'm learning to enjoy. So if someone made you question your reality, your worth, your truth, you are not alone. You are not crazy. You are not weak. You are not overreacting. You were gaslit and you survived. How powerful is that? Now comes the tender, sacred work of coming home to yourself. And I promise you, no matter what, no matter how far away you feel, you can get back there. Start small. Start today. Start with love. And if you feel ready, drop a comment below. Share your story, or even just say, me too. I'll get it. You never know who needs to hear that they're not alone. So thanks for being here today, and thank you for choosing yourself, even in the quietest of ways. And thank you for enjoying this beautiful space with me. You deserve your own trust, and you always did. So until next time, as always, lots and lots and lots and lots of love, and take care for now.